club is important to me because I get to do stuff after school, educational stuff, and hang out with my friends.
I would say the Boys and Girls Club is important to me just because as a child I never got the opportunity of a Boys and Girls Club. So I feel like this is a place where dreams could really come true if taken seriously.
My favorite part of the club would have to be Kathy, because she's like a second mom to me, and she tells me and shows me new stuff that I've never learned about, and gives me lots of information about stuff that I never knew, and she's always there to help me when no one else is.
So the club is extremely important to me for my grandchildren, especially since as a child I was a member of the Boys and Girls Club, and having some things missing from my own childhood, I found them from the staff at the Boys and Girls Club that I went to, and I know how important it was for me to get that extra help with my classwork and guidance. The support and the mentoring that I found there is what I want my children to have for themselves. Just in case I miss a step somewhere, they know they have other adults and other safe peers that they can find those resources in.
The favorite part of the Boys and Girls Club is the gym, and I like to play basketball in the gym.
The Boys and Girls Club gives me an opportunity to give back to the community and pass on some of the skills and lessons I've learned in my life to our members. And I've always enjoyed working with youth. I used to coach youth sports and worked with some at-risk kids previously, and always enjoyed that. So I've carried that interest on here at the Boys and Girls Club.
I am president of the Torch Club, and my favorite part of the Torch Club is when we went geocaching at the park.
What's my favorite thing about the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee? I would have to say the opportunity that it presents for our members. The fact that kids could come here and have as much fun as they want to have, be as creative as they want to be with no limitations, and at the end of the day be able to be as silly and just be who they really want to be here.
The club is important to me because in 9th grade last year, I was on the verge of dropping out, and Kathy and everybody else from the Teen Center talked to me and helped me with getting it together and passing, and I did it.
Well, the children would actually probably be with other family members, and they would probably most definitely have to be all in separate places because they are a handful when all three of them are together. There's not a whole lot of other community resources for before and after school programming, especially with a 40-hour work week for myself and other members of my family. So they would be scattered and not together. Homework probably wouldn't be getting helped with being done, nor would they have as much fun hanging out with my 90-year-old grandmother as they would here with the staff and the other children.
I like to build things with John in the Boys and Girls Club.
My favorite part about the Boys and Girls Club in Chicopee is the variety of activities that's available to our members. This is partly brought about by our staff having a wide variety of skills and interests that they can pass on to the kids. I also, working with groups, gives me an opportunity to work with some groups of kids to teach them how to plan programs and problem solve, which is a good skill for them to develop as they get into their teenage years.
The club has given me many opportunities to help out the community by volunteering at Lorraine's Soup Kitchen and Pantry and TJ O'Connor, the pet shelter.
What motivates me to be a staff at the Boys and Girls Club would have to be being able to have the chance to be the positive influence in my members' lives, especially when they're having the hard days, and having a family away from family here.
If you make a difference in one member, I think you're being successful, and I know that here we make a difference in many more than one, so the Boys and Girls Club does a spectacular job in that respect.
But as a parent with children here, I want you to know how important this place is.
If the club wasn't here today, I honestly think I would be a high school dropout doing drugs or out on the streets making a fool of myself.